Because I was released 5 weeks early, the probation or the housing didn't have no inkling that I was going to be released, so there was nothing really set up for me. So basically, since I've been released from custody, I've been living on the streets, mate. I did find somewhere to stay, but they were heroin users, so I ended up back on heroin. I ended up then...
And how long had you been clean?
For about 3 years off the heroin.
So coming out of prison was the thing that got you back on heroin?
Well, coming out of prison and having nowhere to stay, yeah. Before you knew it, I had a habit again, Jason. And before you knew it then, I was shoplifting then to fund my habit.
Yo, guys, I hope you're well. This government is an absolute joke. In order to punish one section of the community, this government has basically punished all other sections. And by their wanton bloodlust to corral and punish the rioters in August, they have destroyed the network of the prison system and the justice system forever. Have they never heard of cause and effect? Starmer has basically told all crims who aren't allegedly far right and racist that it is open season on the general public and all bets are off. You can make like Digital Underground and do what you like. By announcing that supposedly low-level crims will be released after serving only 40% of their prison terms, they have publicly admitted that they are working within a 2- and 3-tier justice and prison system that is basically rewarding criminals and letting them know that they can go out and commit certain crimes without any fear of ever serving a day in jail for doing so. The only crimes Two Tier is interested in are those where he or his party is criticised, or in his or in the eyes of his standing army of stooges and their subjective opinion, a hate crime or one of incitement has been committed by words or retweets and memes online. The imbecile is emptying prisons of convicted criminals well before their intended release dates, just so he can make room for those who got caught in the riots, some justly and others we could argue who should not be in this position at all. We are now hearing that many prisoners who have been released are actively looking to get sent back to prison, because in Starmer's own haste to throw the full weight of the law at the rioters and at his detractors, no preparation has been undertaken to rehabilitate the prisoners back into society and to ensure that they have a roof over their heads and a support system to monitor them and to ensure that they do not reoffend. You cannot make it up.
Leon was jailed for a fray in June, released homeless in July, re-jailed for shoplifting in September, and released again 2 weeks ago.
Sleazy Keezy is red hot when it comes to accepting gifts and hospitality and secret handshakes, but he is beyond clueless when it comes to dealing with and governing real flesh and blood people and real scenarios. Give him a statute book and he is as happy as a pig at a trough. But getting him to put his ridiculous theories into practice and he is all at sea. He is as lost as a person can be. Letting the crims out en masse with his early release scheme has sent the wrong message to crims like the animals who attacked the school children in Westminster yesterday in that acid attack. Crims think they are untouchable and that they can do and will do anything they wish in broad daylight, knowing there is very little chance of them ever losing their liberty. This imbecile has placed enormous pressure on those who work on the rehabilitation of crims who, like the NHS, are already stretched to their breaking point. The probation services, charities and more have said that they just can't cope, and to suddenly dump thousands of newly released prisoners on them at a moment's notice is sheer folly.
The Chief Inspector of Probation says having a home is a huge factor in keeping people out of jail.
If Starmer is spending so much time at his mate Lord Alli's £80 million penthouse when he's not domiciled at Downing Street, then why does he not put his own Kentish Town house, flat, whatever it's called, up as a hostel for for the newly released prisoners who are out on parole.
If people do not have stable accommodation at the point of release, they are more likely to be recalled to custody as a result of a breach of their licence conditions, or indeed to re-offend.
Over the next few years, Starmer really should practice what he preaches. These prisoners need a gaff to stay at, and after all the recent gaffes Starmer has made, you would think he would want to put things right by putting some of these newly released prisoners up with bed and board and lodging so they aren't tempted to re-offend. This is the very least that Two Tier should be doing. But remember, Two Tier Keir does not have to take any lectures from you or from me. Guys, let me know down here in the comment section what you think about what's going on with the justice system, with the prison reform system, with what's going on with prisoners being released early, prisoners wanting to go back into jail because they've got no place to stay, they have no food to eat, no money in their pockets, so they literally say they have to re-offend because they need to go straight back into jail. Guys, it is an absolute mess. Absolute mess. Let me know down here in the comment section. But also, what do you think about the thing that Keir Starmer should be putting up his own Kentish Town property, which he's paid for? Remember, he's paid off the mortgage on that. He should be putting it up for prisoners who've been newly released. There's lots of prisoners who are now out on bail, out on parole, not on bail, but out on parole, and they've got no place to stay. So should Sir Keir Starmer put up his own residence for the prisoners so they get some board and lodgings? Let me know down here in the comment section. It's just a thought that came to my mind, people. What do you reckon? He should practice what he preaches? I think so. Anyway, have a great day, whatever you get up to, guys. Make sure you look after yourselves, you look after each other. And the reason why I'm laughing is because Keir Starmer really needs to practice what he preaches. Anyway, look after yourselves, look after each other, and have a great day. But please make sure to come back to the next Urb'n Bars reaction, guys.